Hey guys, hey, it's your girl Sofashionweak TV, and I am back on here with another video for you guys. Sofashionweak TV is a lifestyle, health, beauty, and fashion space here on YouTube. If you like content such as this, I would urge you to subscribe to the channel. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to also click the notifications bell. And what that will do is ensure that you receive a notification when your girl uploads content here on the channel. So let's go ahead and jump into the topic of today's video. So this past June 23rd, I celebrated my 8-year surgery of my plastics. So as you guys know, I've been on a journey here. So I initially had lap band surgery back in 2007. Back in 2007, I had lap band surgery, and then on June 23rd of 2008, I had tummy tuck and liposuction. And so this year, June 23rd of 2018, I celebrated 8 years post-op plastics, and I wanted to come on here and officially publish a video on the topic because, one, there are not very many people who do these updates past 2 or 3 years. I do have a 7-year post-op video that I did last year when I was a few months post-op. I want to say maybe I was like maybe 2 or 3 months post-op my revision of gastric sleeve surgery. And I think at that time I was probably around 175 or 70 something pounds at that time. I'll put a card link to that video if you're interested in seeing it. Also, I'll put cards to my post-op videos years upon years ago when I actually initially had the procedure done. So I did do some post-op videos of my tummy tuck all those years back, and they're here on YouTube. So I'll put card links to those videos if you guys wanted to check them out. So if you wanted to see how my stomach looked back then as opposed to how it looks now, side-by-side comparison, I think that would be helpful. So I wanted to come on here and upload this 8-year post-op video. One, because I don't see any post-op videos that are this far out for abdominoplasty procedures, and two, because I have been on a journey and there have been so many different things that have happened on this plastics journey. I really wanted to come on here and just kind of speak about those things. I'm not only a plastics patient, but I've also had weight loss surgery 3 times over. For those of you who do not know, I initially had lap band procedure. That lap band slipped and I got another lap band put in, and then I decided, because the lap band was no longer working for me and I had gained almost all of my weight back. I want to say I was probably 15 pounds shy of being at my weight pre-lap band when I decided to have revision surgery. So I had probably gained about 75% of my weight back, and I decided to have my second lap band revised to gastric sleeve, and I did that back on October 3rd, 2016. And at that time I weighed in at 215 pounds, and now today I am weighing in at 123.8 pounds. So I've lost over 90 pounds, and so most people would wonder what my stomach looks like. Was my stomach able to sustain weight gain, weight loss? What do my scars look like? So many people want to know, do you still have scars? A lot of people ask, do you have loose skin? A lot of people ask, do you still have swelling? Because these are all of the things that someone who has gone through an abdominal procedure typically experience. So a lot of people want to know, at 8 years post-op, do you still experience these things? Is your stomach still flat? How does your scars look? All of these are the questions that many people want to know. And so I am here, 8 years post-op, 90 pounds lighter. And so here's the deal. Scar. Do I have a scar? Absolutely. In my 7-year post-op video, I did show you guys that yes, you will have a scar. And in some cases, if you have keloid prone skin, which is typical for someone who is of an ethnic background, African American. I do have keloid skin, so I actually do have keloid. I also have dog ears. That is also something that you could potentially get, having had plastic surgery. So I'll show you guys all of that. Is my stomach flat? My stomach is flat. My stomach is really flat. And I would have to say that even when I did gain weight, even at 215-ish pounds, I still had a flat stomach. And I'll put a picture here just so that you guys can see like the silhouette of my body, how it looked. Even when I had gained weight, my stomach was still kind of flat. You know, I had maybe a little bulge from bloating, but my stomach was still flat. So scarring, yes, you will have a scar. Does scar therapy work? I would have to say no. I was consistent with scar therapy for the first 2 years after having plastics, and I still have a scar. So if you are someone who is thinking about getting an abdominoplasty or tummy tuck procedure, if having a scar is a drawback or it's a deal breaker, then do not go along with the surgery, because you will have a scar. Some sort of a scar will remain after the procedure. I had what's called an extended tummy tuck. Typically what they do is they cut you from hip bone to hip bone, which is like here to here, and they do the procedure. My tummy tuck procedure went around. Some people would call it like almost a 360, but not, because they didn't like, you know, go all the way around. But mine's is an extended version of the tummy tuck, which means it extends a bit past the hip bone. So I'll show you guys that. As far as swelling, I do not have any swelling. During Shark Week, or that time of the month when a woman is on her menstrual cycle, what I do experience is some tightness in the abdominal area, which is probably typical. I feel more tight than I did prior to having the tummy tuck. My stomach feels a little tight, and I do feel slightly bloated. But once the period is over and that subsides, I'm pretty much back to normal, and I'm actually on my my period now. So just so that you guys can kind of see or gauge, you know, what a person's stomach would look like, even being on their menstrual cycle with the tummy tuck 8 years out. So yeah, I still believe that it is one of the best decisions that I have ever made. I would have to say that since I had my oldest son, who just turned 21 June 13th, since I had him, I had been inquiring about a tummy tuck. I hated my stomach. My stomach looked absolutely disgusting. I hated it. It was one of the worst parts of my body. I despised my stomach, and I had been seeking a tummy tuck. And I didn't actually get it until 2008, but I had been seeking, I had been inquiring, I had been asking. I was living, eating, and breathing tummy tuck, and I was so happy to have stumbled upon a plastic surgeon who can do it for me. I had my procedure out here in New Jersey. My plastic surgeon's name was Sanjay Lala, and he is out of West Orange. I believe he is still practicing out of West Orange. I'll put a link, if I can find any information on him, I will put a link down below if you are in the area and you are interested in getting a consultation from Dr. Lala. But yes, he did my procedure. I love Dr. Lala. I love his bedside manner. He is an awesome surgeon. And one of the reasons why I picked him is not so much because of the work that he does from a cosmetic perspective for vanity reasons, but I picked him because of the work that he does, you know, in the community, even abroad, for children who have really bad situations like cleft palates and other issues that require you know, plastic surgery, just to get these children to a point of normalcy in life where they can live a normal life. And that was something that stood out to me about him, is that he does a lot of work, pro bono work, for you know, underprivileged people, not only here in the United States, but also, like I said, abroad, and I thought that that was just awesome. And that is one of the reasons why I picked him as a surgeon. So yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into what this girl's abdominal area looks like 8 years post-op. Okay, all right guys. All right, so here's what I'm looking like at 8 years post-op tummy tuck. And so, like I said, I had my lap band surgery in 2007. And then I had my tummy tuck June 23rd of 2008. And at that time I was like 150 pounds. And after my tummy tuck procedure, I was 147 pounds. They had removed like 4 pounds of skin. And then I gained back weight. And in October of 2016, I was weighing in at 215 pounds, at which point I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery done as a revision to my lap band. And today I'm weighing in at 123.8 pounds. That is over 90 pounds loss. And this is what my stomach looks like 8 years post-op. I do have some loose skin there, but for the most part, this is what I look like. Now these are the dog ears that I was telling you guys about here. And I even had some slight irritation from like wearing things with like elastic. I still get some irritation at times. You can see that it's red there. But for the most part, my stomach is still flat. Weight loss, weight gain, still flat. All right guys, so I hope that you guys have found this video helpful. I mean, these are most of the questions that many people ask. People always want to see, people who know that I've had a tummy tuck are always interested in seeing my stomach. A lot of times when I say that I've had a tummy tuck, a lot of people think that I've had it a lot more recent than I've had it. If I'm in conversation with women, a lot of times they talk about wanting or desiring to have a tummy tuck procedure, and I tell them that I've had one, and then I show them my stomach. A lot of them think that I've recently had tummy tuck surgery. A lot of them can't even believe that I am 8 years post-op plastic. So I guess these questions do come up, but there's not a lot of people in the plastics community that are posting their results this far out. A lot of times if they are posting it, they're coupling it with something else. So like I've had vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery, so a lot of people who've had weight loss surgery and they've had plastics, they may couple the videos together. So if a person has not had weight loss surgery and they've just had a tummy tuck, they're not posting a lot of content about it. So I want to, you know, be one of the individuals in the plastics community that is posting about it and keeping the conversation going over 5 years out. So I'm glad that I am here and I'm willing to be able to post this content because people really do want to know. And so I am here to tell you that at 8 years out, my stomach is still flat. I still feel like it is well worth the money that I paid for it. After you have the procedure done, there's really not a lot of maintenance required. Like, let's say for instance, a breast augmentation. There's, I believe, like a 10-year life expectancy with your augmentation, so you would have to go back and get more put in. With a tummy tuck, if you are maintaining a well-balanced diet, and not just ODing on like sugars and a whole lot of junk food and just pigging out all the time, I think that you can sustain the results of your tummy tuck. The results will sustain itself. If you had a baby, I had my second child before I had my tummy tuck, and I've not had any children since having the tummy tuck, so mine has sustained pretty well because I've not had any children. I did read that if you want to have kids, you should probably do that before you have your tummy tuck, because the results are not going to be permanent if you stretch yourself out again. So even though I did gain weight, I really didn't stretch my abdominal area out, which is why my results are pretty sustained, and I'm grateful for that because I spent a lot of money. I mean, I can't even tell you, these procedures are so expensive and health insurance does not cover them. So if you're going to make the investment, you may as well be committed to yourself. And that is what I intend to do because I spent a lot of money on this tummy tuck, and my insurance spent a lot of money on this vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery that I had to afford me to be able to lose 90+ pounds. And I'm so thankful and so grateful for that. So I am going to do my part in sustaining what I have been blessed with. And if you out there have been blessed with the money to be able to do something like this, then I would urge you to also do the same thing. So I hope that you found this video helpful. I'm going to get off my soapbox and get off this thing. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.